Hi, my name is Zelig, and I'm the founding co-director of Wilderness Torah. And Wilderness Torah is reconnecting Jewish life to the cycles of nature. And we do this through land-based community festivals such as Sukkot on an organic farm, where we gather for 5 days on a local organic farm and we camp, eat, and pray together. We celebrate the ancient traditions of Sukkot, and we harvest food right from the farm, and we practice sustainability skills like making pickles, like we're going to do today. Well, making pickles is one simple skill that you can take home right away, right into your kitchen. Just 100 years ago or so, my bubbe in Russia was making pickles the old way. She just fermented them on her countertop for 8 days, and they were done. Today we're going to use pickling cucumbers, fresh whole dill, lots of fresh garlic, mustard seed, coriander seed, black peppercorn or mixed peppercorn, fresh ginger, dry bay leaves, fresh grape leaves, and last you'll need sea salt, water. Professional picklers generally use ceramic. It's non-reactive and it protects the vegetables from light. But today we're going to use this lovely gallon jar, so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to apply a nice healthy 4-finger pinch of each of my spices. We have our fresh pepper, this is our fresh coriander, fresh mustard seed. Next I like to use fresh ginger. And for 1 gallon, I'll apply about 5 or 6 quarter-sized slices. It's about a large tablespoon. Next, the most important ingredient is our garlic. The ratio of garlic is generally 1 head of garlic per gallon. And 1 head of garlic is about 8, maybe 10 cloves, naked cloves of garlic. The dry bay leaves add a wonderful earthy flavor to your pickle, and I'm going to add for 1 gallon about 8 dry leaves. I prefer fresh dill, and I put about 1/3 cup of dill per gallon. And if you use dried dill, which is fine, you're going to use about half that. And this is about 1/3 cup, which is 3 or 4 sprigs of fresh dill. And now when I put in the dill, I'm going to lay it in and try and cover up some of the other spices. Contained in the grape leaf are a thing called tannins. And tannins, when they're in the saltwater brine, they add a certain turgidity, a certain rigidness to the skin of the cucumber, and it keeps it crunchy. And that's when you know you got a good pickle. If you don't have grape leaves fresh out of your garden, you can find them in cans. We use them to make dolma. And there's other alternatives that you can find in the wild, such as oak leaves, for example, or the leaves of the redwood tree can also be used. Grape leaves are the best, though, in my opinion, because they don't leave any extra flavor. Now I'm going to put 5 or 6 in the bottom, and I'm going to carefully place these leaves in there to make a nice covering so none of the spices float to the top. And the last step is adding the cucumbers. So there's a special pickling cucumber. They're about 1 inch long, sometimes 2 inches, and you don't want them much bigger than really the size of your fingers. I'm going to fill my jar with clean, washed cucumbers, almost to the top, but I will leave about 1 inch or 2 of space. By the way, whenever I'm pickling, I'm always using fresh, local ingredients where possible, and I always buy organic. So I left a little bit of space in there, and now, for the magic moment, I'm going to add my salt water. Now remember, we have this special word called brine, and the brine is the magical liquid that ferments the food. 1 gallon of water, 3/4 cup salt, and I'm going to be sure that I dissolve the salt completely before I transfer the brine into the pickle jar. Cover the cucumbers all the way, leaving a little room at the top of the jar, because we have a special bag of water. This is a bag of water that has 2 plastic bags in case one breaks or leaks. You don't want the brine to be diluted. So we take 2 plastic bags and we fill them with water, just enough water, in this case about 2 cups of water. I'm going to take this bag and we're going to cover the top of the jar and get it so that the plastic water bag is in contact with the edge of the jar inside all the way around. And by doing so, what we've done is we've created a seal so that oxygen and bacteria from the air cannot get into the jar to interact with the brine or the pickle, which prevents rotting. But this allows the CO2, which is a byproduct from the fermentation process, to percolate out. And voila, here you go. Now, in room temperature, it's going to take approximately 8 days for this to ferment. for you to have a nice half-sour kosher dill pickle. Or if you'd like your pickle to be extra sour, you might go for 2 weeks. You also might try fermenting it just for 3 days. Pull the bag off, pluck it out of the jar, and because some people like it fresh and crispy. L'chaim.